Hello, Kyber Cave fam. How's everybody
Hello,
doing?
hello.
It's been 3 weeks for me. No, 2 weeks. Wait, was I on 2 weeks
Oh my
ago? I
goodness.
can't remember.
Must feel
I
like
can't
a lifetime
remember.
ago. We had some technical
Yeah.
difficulties last week. We want to apologize for anybody who might have tuned in and saw that there was just a card up saying that we won't be here. We actually hit our goal last Sunday, like within minutes. It was fantastic. So we are giving away free Saber tonight, but we do want to apologize
Yes,
for
we
last week.
are.
Our guest that we had is rebooked for a later time, so you'll
Yes,
still get to see that
for March 31st.
March
So
31st.
you will see that guest then. There was a some unfortunate thing where he thought time zones. He's in Australia. So he thought the time was 2 hours later than it actually was, and he unfortunately had something scheduled that he could not cancel. And so we just rescheduled for a future date. I know Say Wong. Gasp. Hello, Andrew says I'm in Toledo. Did they say you a bun? Okay. Mr. Berger talked about he was famous enough to sign a bun at the world famous Tony Paco's. Which is pretty cool. Oh my goodness, Van, you can do the comments again. Yay. We got Van's issue all taken care of and he can do the comments again. How are you, sir?
Oh, I am fantastic. I'm fantastic. We've been doing a lot more shows. We've got some great shows coming up, and we were just you know what's crazy, man? This is why I want you to get out there. It's crazy to go to like Southern California and meet somebody that's like, oh yeah, I watch your show. And I'm like, oh my God, it's weird. I don't even watch my show.
I can't imagine like that happening for me. Like that happening to me.
We just got to get you out there. You got to get out there, and then you're gonna see people.
You make me sound like a hermit. We gotta get you out there. Make me sound like a hermit. I do go places. I just don't usually go to
then.
Well, I mean, you just make it sound like I don't go out of my house. Anyway, and Meto here is like I was sick for so long, and I'm actually feeling like way better, and I'm getting a lot of stuff taken care of, and I have just like a huge to-do list of things I want to get done this week. But without further ado, we have the nerdy news, y'all. Who's ready for some nerdy news? That is not the one I meant to use. All right, so on the nerdy news today, your first topic of the nerdy news is that Star Tours, the adventures continue with an urgent mission from Ahsoka Tano. So they are going to be updating your mission, and it will include some information from, Ahsoka Tano will be on there, Din Djarin and Grogu. Like they're going to have all of them, like either their voices or they'll be visible in characters there on your mission. So that is coming up. There, I didn't see a date specifically in the article, but I did just post the article in the chat. And if you're watching the upload, it is in the description below. You can check that out. And this next one is pretty cool. The Fantastic Forecast has officially been announced. So that fan forecast, everyone knows Din Djarin, Pedro Pascal. He's going to be playing Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic. Love him. You can't help but love him. Vanessa Kirby will be playing Susan Storm.
I'm interested to see how that happens.
Yeah. Vanessa Kirby is playing Susan Storm, aka Invisible Woman. She actually, she's in one of the John Wick movies, I think recently. I'm not certain. But I recognize her in so many different things too. So, I know Brian, stop trying to make Fantastic Four happen. They have had a couple of iterations of it now. And then you got even Moss Backrack, who's playing Ben Grimm, known as the Thing.
Dropping out?
Me?
Yeah, yes.
Are you talking about me?
I'm feeling like I'm having audio issue. I'm going to refresh.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to refresh.
Go ahead. I think my audio is fine, I'm pretty sure. And then you have Joseph Quinn, who's going to be playing Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch. For those of you who don't, oh gosh, I'm huge right now. For those of you who don't know who Joseph Quinn is, he played Eddie in Stranger Things, and he's also been on things like CB Strike. He was a guest star on that for a couple of episodes, and he's been on several other things. I think he's going to be absolutely fantastic. Any idea who Henry Cavill will be playing now that he's signed with Marvel? I have no idea, and I have not heard anything specific about who Henry Cavill would be playing. It all would be conjecture at this point. I mean, the cast is killer, but it's been 3 or 4 movies. I was on board for Krasinski, though. Yeah, so Krasinski did a very good job when he was in the Marvel Multiverse of Madness for Doctor Strange. And a lot of people, I think, were rooting for him. But I love Pedro Pascal, too. So hopefully it's a very good remake, reiteration of it and stuff. Can you hear me now, Van?
Can you hear me now? I think we're okay.
Good.
Weird, like, delay. I was like, yay!
Anyway, that is your nerdy news. If you guys are watching the upload, you can check out the description below that has both articles about our nerdy news topics listed below. And that is it for our nerdy news. Now, we have a few shows I want to tell you about real quick before we do our flow of the show. We have a new show upcoming called The New Order. This is a brainchild of Aubrey and her partner, Melody.
What's up, Nat?
Yes, we are okay. Graveyard. And it's kind of like it's a role-playing game, and there's 4, I don't know how to count. There's 4 of us playing, and then Aubrey's our dungeon master. So I just don't know how to count. So we're going to be releasing those pretty soon, and then
it is a show that has been literally a year in the making. We've been trying to figure out how to present this, how to present it properly. It's one thing when you're hanging out in your room with your friends and you're playing D&D, but how do you project that so that the audience would really enjoy it and feel like they're a part of it too? So I am really excited about this new show. I can't wait to see when these come out. She's going to drop them like Netflix. It'll be like all of a sudden, blam, 5 episodes right there.
No, it'll be 1 a week. They'll be released on Friday evenings. All right, so our flow of the show, guys. James Kaiser is our producer for flow of the show, and he brings us a flow every week. And this is the one we actually had scheduled for last week. So please enjoy Shauan, Parson, and Tontonlaz. Thank you so much, James Kaiser, for that video. That was really cool. I actually
seen like that was the first time we've seen like a choreographed fight in the flow section, as opposed to just a straight up like visual thing. But it's a discussion that I have all the time, and James and I have even talked about how much because some people, when he first started doing flow, people would be like, "Oh, you would never use any of that in battle, or those spins don't really mean anything." But in that choreography, you can see how being able to do flow really adds to the movement and the storytelling. What's up, Duran? So I think that was amazing.
And I actually have seen ever since it's kind of interesting because ever since I opened up his page, Shauan Parson has been turning up on my TikTok suddenly. And he had a really cool one where he had, the sabers that combine, right? Like the 2 sabers that combined.
Yeah.
While he was doing some really crazy acrobatic stuff, they came apart and he caught the other one in his hand. And it was so very cool. All right. So we have our guest coming up, sir. Would you like to introduce?
I would, but before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about the saber that we're giving away. I want to make sure everybody knows.
Are we giving a saber away?
We are. We hit 1,700 people. So thank you guys. Like, yay. We need one of those little yay buttons or whatever, the little kids.
Yay.
We hit 1,700 subscribers. I want to thank you guys for subscribing and letting your friends know about it. As you may or may not know, we give away a free saber every 100 subscribers. So if you don't win a saber tonight, all you do is wait till you see 00. When you go to our YouTube page, you see that 00 again. That Sunday night we are giving away a saber. But the saber we are giving away tonight is sure to be quickly a collector's item. This is a TXQ on the Kyber Cave website. It is called the Icor. Actually, It's not going to be on the website anymore because this is the very last one. And this is a discontinued model, meaning this will be a collector's item. It's got a very Sith-like emitter there, and I love the double rings here. This is going to have 10 sound fonts. It is one of their a little bit of their older boards. This is going to have 10 sound fonts included, 12 different colors. It's rechargeable, internal ports. Absolutely love it. And you know what? It's a free Saber. I mean,
it is a free Saber. And for those who are interested in the giveaway, guess what? All you have to do is make a comment and you'll be entered into the giveaway, and we will do it at the end of the show. You cannot won a Saber in the last 6 months, and you cannot be an employee at Kyber Cave or Kyber Cave Productions. I'm out of luck. I'm fine. I have two of my very own Sabers. Oh, I have it right here. Let me grab it. It's the Mez. Oh gosh, my whole entire
thing. It is a Saber that's actually named for you.
This is the one that's named for me, the Mez. That's all you need to do, Graveyard. I absolutely love my Saber. My kids each have a Saber now too.
That's right, and that is that they got at Christmas. Is that powered up? Is that powered up?
Yeah.
You hit the button. Show them the NeoPixel. Oh. If you like this Saber, it is available at kybercave.com. You too can have your own Mez Saber. Or you can get a Graveyard.
It is so... It's quite loud when it's right next to my face.
Make sure to head over to kybercave.com. You can also help support this channel by going to Kyber Cave or kcp.merch.com. We've got exclusive Kyber Cave production merchandise there, and we even have a Patreon. So for as little as $1 a month, you can get all kinds of cool free prizes. Like next month in May, we're going to be giving away Sabers to our top family and friends.
2 months from now.
So those are going to be
two months from now, not next month.
That's free benefits. I'm off.
All
I
right.
have no concept of time.
It's fine. Go ahead. Now introduce our
all right. Now, finally, our next guest. This is super, super exciting. I was lucky enough to get to meet him in person last weekend. But if you remember a couple of two shows ago, so this is the one that Mez was not on, and you got the controls now, Mez. We had Miss Andrea, aka Lady Deadpool Fresno, and one of the cool accessories she had was a Lego helmet head piece. Well, tonight we have the person who designed that, his company Brickbeard.
Brickbeard's Cove.
Brickbeard's Cove is the name of the company, and the name of the gentleman is Mr. Stuart Simmons. So with no further ado,
is that you want me to play it? Yeah. Yeah.
Woohoo! How you doing tonight?
Good. How about you?
Man, that is an amazing wall of it. If those, if this was like a horror movie, that might be a little bit different. But the fact that they're Lego heads, it's not so scary.
At least I took them out of the plastic bag, so it doesn't look as bad.
Thank you so much for coming on tonight. We've been talking a lot about.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me.
A couple of weeks ago, we met Andrea from Fresno, and she was the first to introduce us to your amazing products.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she reached out to me. Well, I actually reached out to her. She had a site on Facebook, and I was just interested. I said, hey, would anybody be interested in, seeing these at, a convention or show, kind of like a booth? And she said, oh, yeah, definitely. And then she hit me up and asked if I could do it. And I said, yeah, sure. And yeah, it was a blast. It was a blast making it.
Oh, this is absolutely amazing. Now, why don't you tell us a little bit about Brickbeard Cove? How long have you guys been around? Is this your original idea? And how did you get the idea to start this? We want to know it all.
It was about 2009. I started doing it. It was actually my son. He wanted to be the Lego minifigure Brickbeard, one of the pirate ones. So I was trying to figure out how to do it, and went through a couple of different ideas.
Right.
My wife was helping me out. We were trying to figure out, okay, what's the best thing. So we made it. We went to a local zoo boo here at Fresno Chaffee Zoo, and people were just bombarding us with pictures. I mean, they were stopping him, wanting to know where we got it, how much did we pay for it, did I make it? So I thought about it, and I was like, well, maybe it'd be kind of fun to see if I can do other ones. So yeah, we started it then, and I put a few on eBay at one time, and sold a few, and then I went to Etsy and sold a few. I had a website up for a while, brickbeardscove.com. I still have it. It's just under construction, so I was selling them there. But yeah, so I've been doing it since then. I took a few years off, but it was more like a hobby. But it ended up coming almost like a full-time job for a while. I mean, I was, selling them left and right. I had, cosplayers getting them. I did some for some music videos. But yeah, it all started with my kids. They just wanted to dress up for Halloween.
That is amazing. So right now, are you working a regular 9 to 5 as well as doing these heads?
Oh yeah. Yep.
Okay. And when you do these heads, I mean, you got such amazing variety there. And I've seen some of the other ones that you do as well. I mean, is there anybody that you seem to be able to do anything anybody can come up with? Even the Lady Deadpool, I was amazed she had the little ponytail off to the side, and it was just detailed so beautifully.
Yeah, I can pretty much. I mean, I've had people ask me if I can do, like, hey, if I send you a picture, can you do my husband? Can you do my friend or something like that? And I've done that before. Usually if they have distinct features, beards, glasses, it's easier. The only one that I haven't really been able, I've done one, but I just didn't really like the way it looked, was Darth Vader. For some reason, just the angles and stuff, it just did not look good. So I'm going to have to, I stopped for about 3 years, but that's on my list now. All of these I've actually just made up, I think since January, because that's when I started picking up again and doing them. So I'm just kind of doing ones that I haven't done before that I wanted to try. I have a Goku up here.
I love the hair on that.
Yeah, my son's gonna use this when he goes to the Fresno Anime Con next weekend. So
So have every single one of those been through your hands, or do you have a team of people, or how does that work?
Oh no, it's just me.
Just you.
So yeah, I come in the garage. My wife helped me when I was first designing them, trying to figure out how I was going to do it, how it was going to look good. But after that, there was a few times, a few Halloweens ago, when I got really slammed and I was at work, and my oldest son, I had one already drawn up, and I told him I had to make I think it was 15 of the same one. So I told him, I said, hey, just, sketch these faces on there. And then when I get home, I can paint it. But yeah, it's kind of a one-man show.
Wow. Now are you an artist by craft, or, I mean, is it something that you do? What I absolutely love about these, and, if it's like a trade secret and you don't want to tell, feel free to, decline to answer, but do you paint the faces, or are those vinyl stickers, or?
No, they're all hand painted. They're all hand painted.
That is your absolute detail and how it looks exactly like a Lego character just blows me. That's why I thought it had to be somehow mass produced, but I couldn't figure out how you were doing it. I guess I was completely wrong.
No, yeah, they're each one. I mean, I have a little template that I use, just to make sure the eyes are kind of in the same spot on each one. I trace that and cut it out. But other than that, yeah, it's just freehand. I sketch it out and then paint it. I've had a lot of people ask, well, can you do a drawing up for me and show me what it's going to look like? But I really don't have a certain way to do it. I just kind of put it in front of me and sketch it out and then go from there.
Right. If somebody says to you they want a Hulk, or they want that Jason Voorhees, well, I'm guessing Lego doesn't have a Jason Voorhees. I could be wrong, but do you go back to source material and try to see what Lego has already done with that character, or do you try to come up with like what I was really impressed with is I saw Matt's Deadpool this last weekend, and I loved how he had like the eye winking. It wasn't just two eyes that looked the same. You know, it gave it that feeling.
Right.
So do you create your own idea of the characters, or do you go back to like picking up a Spider-Man Lego and seeing what Lego has already done?
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I'll go online and I'll pull up, Deadpool Lego, and I'll see a bunch of different pictures. I think some of them I've seen are like custom figures done. I saw on Instagram where someone would have, did a decal for it, and I'll kind of take bits and pieces of it and then make it my own. Some of them I'll just, I've done where I just kind of decide, yeah, you know what, this looks good. I'll add bits and pieces. I try to keep it as much of a Lego as possible.
Right.
Here's one I just did. So this is
oh, nice.
Pink Ranger. So Pink Ranger. So this one, was kind of a little bit of myself, and then what I saw online, trying to get it to at least look like a Lego minifigure still.
Right. Another thing I was really impressed with was not only did he have the Lego Deadpool head, but he also had a Wolverine mask that went over the head as well. So it was the accessory for the accessory. Right. You were going fourth wall with that one.
Right.
Is that something that Matt
Yeah, he asked me about it.
Uh-huh. Go ahead, sorry. I'm not sure if we're having a delay on our audio.
Oh no, yeah, no,
sorry.
Yeah, he saw a picture. So I did a Wolverine head for a guy. He goes by Wolverine Cosplay. He's out of London, and I've done just a number of heads for him. And he goes out to the MCM Comic Cons and everything. So he saw a picture of me taking part of the mask, and I just kind of shoved it on the Deadpool head. And he asked if I can, if I can make that accessory. I told him I couldn't really make a piece that came on and off because I think it would break after time. But I told him I can make it, from scratch and make him one. So right. It was a fun one. It was the first one I did like that. But yeah, it looked really good on him.
Excellent. We got a question over here. It says, what's the best way people can get in touch with you? I think we're going to have Mets, the in your descriptions, we're going to have some of them. But what is your preferred way?
Instagram, I'm on that mainly. I mean, they can message me on there. It's, Brickbeard's Cove. Facebook, same thing, Brickbeard's Cove. I have an email, Stuart at brickbeardscove.com. I will have a website coming up, hopefully within the next month or so, where people can go on there and either purchase directly from there or maybe take it to an Etsy shop. I had an Etsy shop, but I have to get that back up and running. But email or Instagram, they can just, send me their ideas, what they're looking for. I can give them a price and we can go from there.
Excellent. Do you have one that you've done for a customer request that just like really sticks out in your head? Maybe it makes you giggle, or maybe it sticks out because it was the first time you've had to deal with the problem you've never had to deal with before. Do you have one that really like sticks out for you, or are they all like your babies?
Oh yeah, they're all kind of my babies. I mean, the ones that I enjoy the most are the ones I do for my kids. My wife, I made her a Sailor Moon nice. Lego head one year, so she actually went with my son, and they went to a Fresno Anime Con. So that one was a fun one. My youngest one, I've done so many for him. He's done, I think last couple of years ago, he went as Walt Disney. So I made him a Walt Disney Lego head, did him a Steamboat Willie head. But those are the ones I enjoy the most, because those are the ones I keep. Everything else, it's hard to get pictures. I'll make it for somebody. I'll send them off, and I say, oh, please, send me a picture when you're in costume or tag me. And then I never see it again. And I'm like, oh, it left. Now I don't get to see it anymore.
Right. Well, for the most part, you can see the basic Lego head and shape. But like, for instance, that Goku that you did where he's got the extra hair. And then, when you do other ones that have like the accessory pieces that are obviously not the bucket, are you like fusing that with the same? I don't know if you want to talk about your materials, if that's something you're open to talking about, or you prefer not to discuss
it's fine.
those things,
I have it. Yeah, I have it listed on my Instagram. I tell people what it's made of, because some people have allergies and they want to know, like, oh, does it have latex paint or anything? Right. It's all acrylic paint. I try not to mix the paint to match colors, just in case it gets damaged. Somebody can easily go to Walmart or Joann or Michael's or something and get touch-up paint, just to touch it up. But it's insole foam. It's you can pick it up at any hardware store. It's sold in sheets. Here's a piece I hear. I cut it, layer it, and I carve it with a knife, and it's kind of like a sculpture out of styrofoam. So it's kind of like wearable art. Once it's done, I shape it, carve it, sand it, paint it, and a lot of times you can. You don't even have to use them as a costume. A lot of times people just buy them, put them on a shelf, just to display them in their room with their Lego collection.
It's a beautiful art piece, regardless. Can you show people what the inside of that looks like? Like if you were to look at it through the neck.
Yeah. So inside, it's just hollow. It's really roomy. I don't put any foam, like soft foam or anything inside of it, just because everyone's heads are different sizes. So I always tell people, if you want, you can simply just buy some soft padded foam, and you can just put it inside of it. That way, when you put it on,
to get it to fit more to your head. Right. Oh, that's amazing. That's beautiful. And I can even imagine, like, I see a lot of like the Star Wars guys, like they'll do a Darth Vader or Boba Fett and put fans inside there. I can imagine putting little fans back there to keep you cool as you're going through the con all day.
Yeah, I did. I put a fan in my wife's when she was the Sailor Moon, because I knew she was going to be walking around for a long time. So they have those fans that you just, it's flexible. You bend them on your neck.
Yeah,
it has like a fan sitting right here, so that actually fits right inside the head. So you can just kind of put it up, and then keeps yourself cool.
Oh, that is amazing. Do you have a favorite, or let me ask this: is there one that you're tired of? What is the most requested character? Is there one that like Wolverine comes up all the time, or I'm sure Deadpool is a very popular one, probably Spider-Man?
Well, actually, the ones that I've done so many out of, and I just got tired of doing them, was Emmett from the Lego Movie. I've done tons of those, and then Wild Style. I don't have any up here, but yeah, it was Emmett, Wild Style, Lord Business, and Benny, the astronaut. When the Lego Movie came out, I was slammed. I was just doing those characters constantly. I actually did a few for some movie theaters that were having the opening of the movie. So they dressed up and walked around. So that was kind of cool.
Yeah, man. I don't see how, obviously with what we do, we sell sabers. We've been to a lot of different conventions. I've seen a million 3D printers. I've seen a million, helmets and backpacks and all kinds of accessories, but I can't imagine how you're not selling 20 of these things a day, man. These things are just absolutely, I think it's just, we need to get more attention. That's why you're on the show tonight. We just got to get more people to know who you are and what you make. Cause it is truly artwork to me. I love how perfect it looks. It feels like a real Lego. Now you make other accessories as well, like the hands, correct?
Yeah, actually, I do hands. I don't make a lot of them, but I do hands. So, they fit right. Your hand kind of fits inside of them,
right?
And then you can still, move them around. You can still pick up, hold things inside of them if you want.
I love that.
I always tell people if they're going to get the hands, it's best to wear a glove or something that matches the same color, so it kind of blends in.
Right.
But, mostly it's the heads. A lot of times I've done some Wolverine heads. So I've done the hands with the claws and everything on them. So that's always fun. And then I think I did a Freddy Krueger. That was probably one of my favorite ones I did. And then he had his glove on. So.
Oh, so you had to make a foam glove work too?
Yeah. I had the hand, and then I actually just put, I think it was almost like those foam swords that you can buy at, Walmart or Target that kids use. And I cut those off and then actually made those onto it. So it looked like he had his knives on his gloves.
Oh man, that is fantastic. What has there been one that sticks out that's been super time consuming or super mentally draining? I know you said Vader is one that you're trying to master, but are there other ones that you're like, oh man, this is not fun?
Yeah, there was a few like anime characters I was trying to do. I can't remember the names of them. One, it had I forgot. He has a big straw hat. So I've been working on that one. I think I spent,
a couple
of days just trying to get it to even look, like I wanted it, and then I couldn't do it, and I was like, I'm gonna have to walk away, so I scrapped it. But usually if I'll do something. If I can't get it to look quite like I like it, I'll just scrap it on the side, and I'll just go back to it later on to see if I can fix it. But yeah, but Vader, that's probably was my most challenging one. I see pictures of it every now and then online because I gave it to the guy, but I just don't even like to look at it because he loved it, he liked it, so that was the main thing. But yeah, to me, it just didn't look like Vader. It looked more like the guy from Spaceballs.
Are these hard to maintain or to take care of?
No, I put I seal it with a gloss. So if a lot of times during Halloween the kids were wearing them or something, they'd get like chocolate on the outside of it. So if you just take a paper towel and water and just wipe it down, real easy, it comes clean. All the water though was water-based paints and stuff on there. All the paints was, but once it's sealed, you can actually wear it out if it's like light sprinkler or something. It's not going to damage it.
Right. Wow.
But it is styrofoam, so if it's dropped too hard or if you're running into a wall, it will break. I had a few guys that I saw a video of that were wearing it, and they jumped in a swimming pool, and once they hit the swimming pool, then yeah, that was it's cardboard. It's a tube inside of it. It's a concrete form tube, so it's what they use when they put like fence posts or something like that in the ground. So they're really durable, but yeah, if it's in the water too long, it's gonna fall apart.
Right. Where do you is this something, given the choice, if you were given the opportunity to do this full time and leave your 9 to 5, I'm not sure what your 9 to 5 is, and leave your 9 to 5 behind, is this something that you can envision growing into? Would you like to have 10 employees working for you in a big factory somewhere?
I'd like to keep it within, kind of like a family business. My kids, if they wanted to keep doing it. At one time, this was my 9 to 5. When my youngest was born, when I started this in 2009, when he was born, both of me and my wife were in retail. So it was kind of hard trying to juggle kids in both, retail. So I was a manager for Toys R Us for years. So we knew it was kind of closing down. So I went ahead and left my job, stayed home with my son as my wife continued to work. And this is how I picked this up. So I was doing this constantly until he was old enough to go into kindergarten. And then I kind of did it on the side because then I went back to work. But yeah, I would like to do this again. It's fun. I enjoy seeing, the kids' faces when you're walking around and you have this giant Lego head on there. Even though I sell more to adults than I actually do to kids. So,
right.
But these will fit anything. I had two sizes, one that would actually fit like, 8-year-olds, to like 5 years old. But with these larger ones, I mean, they'll fit kids. Sometimes I'll cut the mouth out and I'll put a screen in there and just paint it kind of like the eyes. And that way they have more breathing room and everything.
Right. And I mean, Lego is one of those things that, there's so many adults that still collect Legos. You can't, it's kind of like what we do with the lightsabers. You can't help but turn into a 7-year-old again when you see a Lego, and especially a life-size Lego. This is amazing. I absolutely love the photos that we have in our intro reel that people have sent you, or the collection that you have. You've got some amazing work and really a lot of creativity too. I mean,
thank you.
The ones that I wouldn't have thought of. Have you ever had to make things like, say, like a Mandalorian backpack or specialty things that the person needed for their costume, kind of like the Freddy glove?
Yeah, I've made there was a Batman, I think it was the Batman Lego movie. There was a scene where he had a robe on and then he had a plate and it had like a lobster on it. So, I've done that. I was making life-size, not life-size Lego characters, but they're about 4 feet tall, but I was actually making them out of wood. So I did a Boba Fett that was about probably like this tall, and it had the the backpack on it and the helmet and everything. So accessories like that. But most of the time with the Lego heads themselves, it would just be like either the hands, a hat, the hair. I was doing full costumes for a while for kids. So I did some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones. So they actually had the shell on the back with the swords.
Right.
So I did some Ninjago ones, and they had the the swords in the back and stuff too. So yeah, I can do accessories as well.
Right. Are you a Lego nut yourself?
I am. I not as much as my kids. I told my kids they have enough money put in Lego that they can fund their college education for quite a while. They have no more room in their house for Legos. But yeah, I enjoy Legos. It's a thing that we can do as a family. So the kids sit down and we'll build them. I actually, before I started on these, I was hand painting Lego minifigures. So I was doing that for years. So I was
Nice.
just doing different characters, Freddy Krueger's, Michael Myers,
Right.
all kinds of stuff.
Right. The ones that you wouldn't typically see Lego making.
Right. Yeah, those are the fun ones to doing. So I want to do one from the from Jack from The Shining. So that's kind of one of my next ones I want to do.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I really, not that I don't love all of them. I love the Hulk you've got there, the Batman, the Deadpool, but the ones that really are striking to me when I see the pictures are like the Jason Voorhees and the Freddy Krueger, only because they're like, oh wow, a Lego
Right.
that you've always wanted to see that is never going to be produced, and here it is right there in front of me.
Yeah. I'm doing right now. I'm doing a guy from London. I'm doing Art, the clown from, I think it's the Terrifier, the movie. So I'm doing one for him right now. So that'll be a fun one.
Wow. Do you? I imagine people. I can see this becoming a bit of an addiction. Do you get a lot of repeat business?
Yeah. A lot overseas. I do a lot. So I have a guy that he just has he has his own Facebook page. It's called Lego Cosplay on Facebook. So he just goes to Comic Cons out there and he's different characters. I've done Homer Simpson for him. I've done different Wolverines. I've done Dexter one for him. So yeah, he's probably done. I've done at least 10 or more for him. So he goes and gets Aquaman. That's one of his favorite ones. So he actually gets to go and take pictures with the actors, and they comment. So it's kind of cool when the actors actually put a photo or something of them on their page or on their site, and you get to see it, and they make comments on it. So it's kind of cool.
I love that picture of Michael J. Fox next to the Lego Marty. That was super cool, right. And just the smile on Michael J. Fox's face. It was such a genuine and beautiful smile. Somebody here is asking.
None of those pictures are of me. I think one of them was. I think there was a Stan Lee photo. That's actually me in the costume head. But everybody else, that's just the pictures that people send me.
That's so cool. What a fun job. Night Vision here is asking, have you ever done Lobo?
No.
There's one for you, Night Vision. Just message him and he'll get to do his first Lobo.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll have to write that one down, so I'll keep it on that.
Yeah, you and I talked about one too. We talked about the idea of the Tron one.
Yeah, I like that idea. I like the idea of including the LED lights and stuff. I think that one would be kind of cool to do. Yeah, that's on my list of probably one of the ones I'll probably do within the next month or so. I'll try to get on that one. I was trying to do a wrecker from Bad Batch, but I was trying to do it where a removable helmet so you can actually take it off.
All right.
But I'm having some challenges trying to get that on there to where it's sturdy enough to where it's not going to break if you take it off on and off all the time. So
yeah, well, I love it. Talking about that Tron one, you've got all that room inside there to put all kinds of electronics. You could put battery packs, whatever you need in there. Shoot, you can probably put a little cooler with some sodas in there. Yeah. All right. So what do you see coming up for you? You don't really do conventions as of right now, do you?
No, I've never done one. That's actually how Lady Deadpool, how we met, was I had asked on her page, if anybody would be interested in seeing these at a convention, and there's a few people said yes. So I was thinking about doing Fresno Anime Con. That's coming up, but it kind of sold out too quick. So I'm going to do a local elementary school. They're having a carnival next month, Harvest Elementary. So I'm thinking about taking them down there just so kids can see them. But yeah, I would like to get into doing the conventions. They're so large. So in a box, trying to carry them all around, and it takes some space in a car.
Yeah, that's the thing, especially since they have to be pristine. It's not like you can just mash them all together or something like that. That is the interesting thing about conventions. personally, what I envision as somebody who has been doing convention for years, I feel like you could just take exactly what you have behind you, put it at a booth, and really, I mean, you could sell those, but really your main goal is to take orders and
Right.
take deposits for new ones. And those are just examples of what people could possibly dream of.
Right.
And man, shoot, I will invest in that business. You go out on cons, I'm investing in Brickbeard because I think people.
Yeah, my son tells me, he goes, "You need to do 10 a day, Dad." And I was like, "Well, I don't know if I can do 10 a day, but I said I'll try to get at least one every couple of days."
Well, shoot, if you could get 10 sales a day, could you imagine? Then you could make this your 9 to 5 again.
Yeah, that then I'll do it. Yeah.
Is this? Do you think? Is this a specific art form? You were talking about the idea of like passing this business down to your kids. Having this be kind of a smaller family business as opposed to a big corporation. Is this, do you think, a learned skill, or do you think this takes some artistic talent that maybe not everybody has the same artistic talent you do?
Yeah, I mean, I think it takes. I would hope it takes some type of talent. I mean, it's not too difficult to do, but it is time consuming. Art's kind of my background, so I took classes in couple small classes in college, and when I was in high school, I was doing window paintings for like video stores when like Blockbuster when having Batman would release or something. I'd paint the windows, do stuff
Right.
like that. So yeah, it takes some ability, and luckily my kids, both of my sons are talented. So my oldest is a student at Fresno State, and he's an art major.
Oh,
And my
wow.
youngest is in music, so he's a clarinetist. So he's got art background. My wife, same thing. She sculpts, and my mom sculpts, and great grandfather sculpted. So yeah, it kind of goes in the family.
Right. I think I know the answer to this question, but you have a question from the audience for Brian. What's up, Brian in Florida? Does Lego have any issue with IP concerns? Has anyone from Lego ever approached you?
Yeah, I actually on Etsy they end up taking my listings down constantly when I had them. So
Oh,
Marvel, they would hit Marvel. It was something from Marvel. I had to take stuff down. Lego would take stuff down. I contacted them. It was really the verbiage, how I was describing it. So
right.
I had to put Lego inspired,
See?
and Lego
Sorry.
themed. So
Right.
I had Lego, I was using them like on my cards and stuff on my like little logo that I was doing. So I had to get rid of the Lego logo and just put Lego without the red around it. Um,
Exactly.
but yeah, but not too, I mean, never got any letters in the mail. It was always just something from, Etsy or eBay or something like that saying I
Right.
had to change the listing. So
Right. We do the same thing on our website. All of our sabers. I don't sell Luke Skywalker sabers. I sell Luke Skywalker inspired sabers.
right, exactly. Yeah. So it's either inspired or I put themed on there. So I figured, hopefully that'll keep me safe.
Right, right. Do you think they frown on upon, I mean, obviously if Lego wanted, say, if they thought that there would be a marketer not against their image or whatever, they could make a Jason Voorhees Friday the 13th set or whatever. Do you think they kind of look down upon some of the ones that you do, that they're like, oh, there's a reason we don't do it over here at Lego?
Probably. I mean, I've never heard anything directly from it. I mean, I try to keep, some of them, kid friendly. I mean, obviously there was a Deadpool that I did, that had the bullet holes on the side. This one doesn't. So this is more, kid friendly. Doesn't have
Right,
it on there. I did one Jason Voorhees that had blood dripping from it. So this one right here doesn't have anything on it. So it's not too scary. Something
right.
that you could wear, to a con or something like that and have the kids approach you versus they might not approach you if you were actually wearing the hockey mask and, overalls and a machete.
Right, right, right. What do you, when you go out, do you have personal favorites, or is it just what you feel like at that time, or is there certain Legos that you really connect to?
Um, the Lego idea sets that came out, the minifigures for those, like the Back to the Future ones, stuff like that. Those are the ones I like because they're not the everyday ones that you see, hanging out at the store. Lego City ones. I've done so many different characters for that. It's fun doing something different, something that you don't see all the time. But yeah, I'm kind of drawn more towards just the out there ideas. I kind of stay away from political figures. I've had a lot of people ask me, "Oh, can you do this president or this person?" And I try to keep away from that.
Right, I can imagine that could be an issue.
Yeah.
Ooh, Night Vision says Bob Marley.
Oh yeah, Bob Marley. That would be a fun one. The hair would be challenging on that one. When I did Aquaman, the hair was, I tried to keep it shoulder length just because it gets so long. It's styrofoam, so if you're
Right.
moving around too much or kids come up, it could break. So if someone wants long hair on a female figure or something, I always ask, well, can I put it in a ponytail? Something up top so it's not hanging down so low. But I've tried
Right.
different techniques, using yarn, rope, things like that for hair, but it just doesn't look the same like, the styrofoam does when you put it. So it looks more like a mini figure.
Right. Well, especially when you brought down that Goku, I love how the black hair looks like plastic. It looks
Right.
like a little plastic headpiece. It doesn't,
Right.
and I can't see how it's, I mean, obviously it's mended and fused on there, but it's not visually like, oh, you can see this is where he had to insert a pin here or something like that. I mean, it looks like a real little Lego. I mean, a huge Lego head to me.
Yeah. That's the whole idea. Trying to get them to look, as close to a actual, minifigure as possible, but still being able to, sand and cut the styrofoam, without it falling apart when you get it on there too.
Right. Wonderful. Well, we're getting ready to close out here in the next few minutes. Is there anything that you want to do that you haven't had a chance to do, or are you kind of like pegged into doing this? Like, for instance, are there other things you would like to make from styrofoam? Is that like your favorite medium, or would you like to try other mediums and make things? Or
Yeah, I've done some other things. There's a couple of things. I actually had another Instagram site. It was called Theme Park Archaeology, where I actually did a lot of Disney related theme, for like props.
Right.
Kind of testing in, putting my foot in the water when it came to 3D printing and stuff like that. But I do woodworking, stuff like that I'm into. But yeah, the styrofoam is just, you can, it's a big mess. And if you saw the other side of my garage right here, there's styrofoam everywhere. Yeah, I can do so much with it, and if it doesn't work, I don't like it, I can scrap it and start over again. So I prefer the styrofoam. So
it sounds like you're a tinkerer in general. Like you just enjoy working with different kinds of material, but the styrofoam is what works for this particular project.
Correct. Yeah, this one styrofoam works. I mean, I've done other styrofoam props. I've done characters from Nightmare Before Christmas. Somebody wanted one of the zombie ducks for their display, so I did a huge duck out of styrofoam, stuff like that. But yeah, it's easier for this projects for the styrofoam. But something else, yeah, might have to take wood, 3D printing or whatever.
Right. Kevin is saying Concord MouseCon is Disney Comic Con, relatively small, but always packed full of people that love their theme park stuff. Yeah, I can imagine the especially the Disney licensed characters. If you had a wall of those, you could probably kill it. Because
I tried. There was one that just happened in Anaheim. It was like, I think it was a Disney collector, and they were looking for vendors, and I contacted them and showed them a picture. But they said it was only Disney related items, and I said, well, I could make them all look like Disney, but I never heard back from them. So
wow, well, that's weird. I mean, technically, Spider-Man, Deadpool,
that's
all
what
those are
what
just.
I was thinking. I mean, they're all
Anyone Star Wars is all the Marvel characters, Star Wars characters.
Right.
They own Fox as well. So if you did Simpsons, that's all. Yeah, there's not much that Disney doesn't own. But even if you did, like, you said you did Steamboat Willie, if you did, Pluto and Donald Duck and some of the, I guess more technical Disney characters, I guess. I don't know. Maybe a Stitch.
I've done Woody, and I've done Buzz Lightyear. My son wants me to do a Goofy one for him for Halloween, so I'm going to try working on that one.
Wow. That is amazing. Fantastic. Well, what do you see coming up within the next year? Do you think you're going to give these cons a shot? Do you think can people be looking for you out on the road, or
I hope so. I hope so. Locally ones, just trying to get weekends off when it comes to my 9 to 5, is a challenging part in itself. Yeah, I would definitely like to hit up, some smaller ones first, around town. And then, I'd like to do a SAC con or something like that. That's only a couple hours away from here.
Right.
But yeah, definitely. And if I start doing stuff, I'll definitely, post. I just activated my Instagram and Facebook just, I think it was in January, February. So I'm just getting stuff on there, but hopefully I'll get more followers, and then I'll start posting things if I'm going somewhere and let people know.
Yeah, if you have any questions about the con circuits or how that works, let me know. I'm more than happy to answer any questions that you have. It can be a little daunting in the beginning, but you get used to it.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Oh man, Stuart, I have had an amazing time with you. Like I said,
oh yeah, same here.
I'm sure there are many people that are in the same position right now. It's not a question if I'm going to get one. The question is, what do I get at this point? There's just so many options to choose from.
Yeah, go hit me up. I'll make you anything you want. Let me know.
Thank you so much. I have had so much fun talking to you. Please remember to check out Brick Beers Cove, everybody. As always, our fabulous director, Ms. Mezzo, will have the information down in the description box. All the different ways that you can get a hold of Stuart and get your own Lego head. Graveyard, you got to get that Jason Voorhees right there, man. That one's calling to you. I know it. Oh, look at that. That's all you, Graveyard. And then your beard hanging out underneath. That'd be fantastic. All right, Stuart, thank you so much. You have yourself a beautiful evening, and we will see you out there on the con circuit.
All right, man. Take it easy. Thank you.
Peace.
Nice.
Woo! What would you get, Mezzo? What character would you get?
Oh heck, I have no idea. Maybe like I'm Scarlet Witch. Just blanked for a second. Oh my goodness gracious. That was a lot of fun though. Bye, Dr. Disney.
Hello.
He was saying bye, I think, to Stuart.
If anybody, hopefully people aren't checking out. Oh, say Wong.
Don't check out because we got something coming up in a second.
That's right. It is. We're only a few minutes away from our giveaway of the Icor Saber. Don't forget, you need to be in the area. If you're in the area, you can come pick it up at the shop. If you are not in the area, it is a $15 postage that you have to pay for. Yeah. So say Wong's like, what? Saber giveaway? No one told me. Yeah, that's what happens when you tune in. You find things out. That was an excellent interview. I had so much fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed listening because just to hear about like how it just came about from his son's costume and then it just kind of grew into more and it looks great quality too.
Right. So. When you see them like in person, and that's what I said, like what gets it for me is just how much like a Lego it looks like. That's why I thought it had to be like some kind of like vinyl decal or something, because to be able to do that, by hand just blows me away at how accurate they look.
Yeah, exactly. It's really, really neat. All right, guys. Well, we have come to a very wonderful and very exciting moment.
Dun, dun, dun.
Time for our Saber giveaway. Who's ready?
Tell me in the comments. Wait. One more minute. Minute. If you have not left a message, if you've been watching this whole time and you did not know, all you got to do is just leave a little message, even if you just say hi or hello there. Make sure it's something nice. Yes. Don't be mean.
It's ready. You guys have 1 minute to do it.
1 minute. Leave a little message. We're trying to make sure everybody gets a chance at this. And then that is how the computer decides whose Saber this is going to be. All right.
Yes. Right now we have 18 entries and we have 24 people watching. So that doesn't seem to make sense to me.
Yeah. I mean, if there's 24 people watching, we should have at least 24 entries. And with some of these people, I'm surprised we don't have like 30 and 40 because they're doing it from a second account, which is legal, by the way.
Legal. Wow. Okay. Yes. If you have an extra account on YouTube, you can also comment with that, and you'll technically have 2 entries. But you gotta hurry up.
That's right.
Kevin, it's the final countdown. I
feel like we should have captain's karaoke. Captain's karaoke show.
Captain, we're gonna have our captain. Lady Moon karaoke.
Yes.
All
right,
guys. Well, you know what?
I think it's about that time.
It's about that time. It's about damn time. I did it. Yeah, I swore a little bit.
It even works. I wouldn't give you a broken saber.
All right, who's ready? Who is ready?
Who wants this?
Tell me in the comments. Are you ready?
Do you really
say
want
ready?
This?
Type in the chat, ready. So I know so many people are.
I feel like you're like one of those people that are trying to motivate high school kids at a
Come on, kids.
Are you ready?
Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Look at me.
Kevin says SpongeBob. All right. Okay.
All right, guys. Here we go.
Let's see who gets the saber. Oh, you got a drum roll. He's the best.
I've had drum roll every time for a while now.
I never expected.
Scott Franson has won a saber. So Scott Franson, you have 1 week to contact Kyber Cave. kybercave@gmail.com. You do have to pay for shipping if you cannot come, which is, they'll discuss that information with you. But if you live nearby, you can just roll on in and get your saber. So please contact Kyber Cave on kybercave@gmail.com. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in for that.
Scott left a comment during the interviews about a perfect Darth Vader. So he was watching. So hopefully he's watching now.
Yes.
Still.
Yes, hopefully he's still watching. If we don't hear from him, but for the next show, we might do you do the giveaway again. That's just how it goes. You got a week to contact us. It's up to you.
That's right. Don't forget, guys, we do this every 100 subscribers. So even if you didn't win tonight, help us get to that next goal, which is 1,800. And when you see the 0 you know that Sunday night we are giving away a saber. We give away a different saber every time too.
Yes, so and it's always fun to give away a saber. It makes a lot of people's night, and it's just fun to do a giveaway.
The Night Vision, thank you for congratulating our winner. And thank you, Kevin. Say Wong has a question here. Next cons that we have coming up, Kyber Cave, we actually have a few coming up. I'm actually really excited. Next weekend, I'm going to be at Toy Fusion in Sacramento on Sunday. The weekend after that, we will be in Concord at the Star Wars Con on Saturday, I believe. Sunday. It might be Sunday. The week after that, which is Easter weekend, we will be at SAC Anime in Roseville.
Your mic just completely went out. Wait, is it my earbuds or is it you? Oh, okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us with this week's show. Hey, Scott there, he saw it. He says, yes, thank you. So very excited. Yeah, whatever, Van. I think he's coming back in a second. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Scott Franson, yes, please contact Kyber Cave, kybercave@gmail.com to get it arranged for you to either receive your saber by mail or to come in, depending on, your location and such. All right. Well, here comes, he's back. Guess who's back? Nope, nothing from you.
Oh,
there you are. There you are. Wait, there you are.
Can you hear? Now I can't hear.
Oh, no. Guys, this is probably one of the staples of our show where Van cannot do sound.
Now, I can hear now. Now you can hear. One second.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. How are you? Are you good? I'm doing so much better. I was super sick, as you guys have heard, for like 6 weeks. 6 to 8 weeks. I was feeling pretty lousy. Hello?
Seriously?
Go away, Van. I'll just end the show alone. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Joining us for this week, Stuart Simmons. Thank you from Brickbeard's Cove. You can find out his information in the description below. You can contact him via Instagram or Facebook. Thank you so much for tuning in, and congratulations, Scott, on your giveaway. Let me catch up with comments right quick. Yes, I did not mute him. I did not do it, Say Wong.
Hello.
He's saying hello. We're done.
Okay.
We're done.
No, I need new headphones or something.
All right, guys, have a wonderful week, and we'll catch you later. Bye.
Hey neighbors, how is your Monday going? Like many of you, I used to dread the thought of a new work week. After a relaxing weekend, it can seem like a drag getting back to work. Day after day of battling clone armies can get pretty monotonous. However, I downloaded a software patch that broadens my view of Monday. I no longer dread the start of the week, but now I consider it a miniature reboot of my life and a chance to start fresh. All the things I didn't get to accomplish last week are now on the table for this week, and thinking about achieving my goals increases my battery capacity, and I experience a surge of energy. I am trying to make myself a little bit better 1 week at a time. It doesn't matter if I didn't do my logic exercises, drank cheap oil, or didn't recharge enough last week, because this week I can do something to change that. Whatever your situation is, you can reboot yearly, weekly, or even daily and give yourself a fresh start. And remember, we all have bugs in our programming, so it's okay to fail, as long as we keep trying. Watch Roger and hang in there, neighbors.